I have been in a little bit of a creative slump recently. Not just in YouTube, just in life. So this is what has inspired this video today. Let's just get right into it. Creativity comes and goes for sure. And I think there's some parts of creativity that it's hard to control all of it because sometimes it just comes. But I do think that there are states that we can put ourselves in to elicit more creativity. So with that being said, first thing that I have been doing to try to get more creative, not just with my ideas on YouTube, social media, my businesses, but just in life and what I want to do and creative ventures in all aspects, is put myself in new situations. So before I say putting myself in new situations, what I mean by putting myself in new situations is leaving the house. For me, I stay in my house a lot of the times. I sleep there, I eat there, I live there, and I work there full time. Here. This is my house that I'm filming in. And sometimes I can stay in my house all day. I always go on walks throughout the day, but outside of that walk, sometimes I can just be here. And it's not mentally stimulating to me. Even like going on a walk, if it's the same route, it's not as mentally stimulating to me as going on a different route, seeing different things around in nature. So just changing my scenarios and surroundings has really helped. That's something I've done before and definitely works, but sometimes I still feel, I don't want to say the word bored, but like not as fulfilled as I would like to when I just change my scenario. It just doesn't feel that fulfilling. So one thing that has really helped recently is I made a little bit of a mind map. This was inspired by a book I read a couple months ago, and it's called The Joy of Not Working. And it's basically a book that talks about leisure activities and what to do with your free time and how to get excited about the free time you have and get creative and all these things. And basically one of the activities it recommends you do in this book is to make a mind map of all of the leisure activities and random things that you want to do in life. So I made mine. I don't know if I want to show all of the details in there, but there's a lot on there. It's a big sheet of paper, and I wrote down different traveling, different places I want to go, different things I want to do by myself, with friends, things I want to eat, things I want to try. There's free things on there, there's expensive things, there's baking things, just a whole bunch of things. Like for example, I'll pull out a couple random ones that I see. I put workout classes, journaling, watching YouTube videos, hosting a picnic, hosting a high tea event. I want to paint someone something as a gift one day. I want to swim in the ocean. These are things I've done, but I would like to do them again. They're things that I enjoy. I would like to learn how to crack an egg with one hand. I love walking in hikes and walking in nature. I want to make pickled onions. I want to film a podcast. I want to learn Tai Chi. I want to go to dance classes. I want to learn how to shuffle cards fast. See, as you can tell by my examples, they're pretty random, some of them. But they're just as many things I can think about that either excite me or things I'd like to learn I think would be cool. Just a big mind dump of things like that. And for me, one of the trends that I find is when I feel my best, it's usually when I'm outside and it's summer, and I do feel like I haven't been doing a lot of summer activities. And what I had to come to terms with is I can't just sit around waiting for other people to be ready to do summer activities with me. And I need to do them by myself. And that doesn't mean that I need to go do things that I don't want to do by myself. Yes, I would like to go to the beach, which is a good 45 minutes away, and go rent a paddleboard and go swim in the ocean. But then I would have to come back and I'd be alone. It's just a big endeavor to do by myself, okay? But there are some outside things that I could do and I want to do that are summery, that are on my list here, that I can absolutely do. So yes, I've been changing my environment, but I've been going to patios. Specifically the past 2 days, I've been going to local patios and just having a happy hour drink and doing some things that I enjoy there that have that are on my list. So like going to a patio and journaling, or writing a couple cards, depending if I'm inspired to or not. Maybe I've been reading on the patios, I've been doing some work, I had to clear the desktop of my computer, like little random things like that. Just been doing so outside in a summery fashion, and all of a sudden I became happier and like more in alignment with where I wanted to be during that day because I left the house, and all of a sudden creativity started coming. So that was huge, being able to identify by writing out that mind map all the things that I potentially would love to do and love to learn, and then actually going and doing them in a setting that makes me happy. That really sparked my creativity. Another thing that really helps my creativity is what I'm doing right now, which is sitting down and filming a video. And I had no intention to film videos today at all, literally zero. And at 12:30 p.m., I realized that I had 2 hours before my work call started, and I didn't really have a ton of things on my to-do list. And I felt inspired to film videos. And I actually was going to work out. I fully was ready to work out. And then I realized I wanted to just sit in front of the camera, and I had no video ideas queued up. I was just like, I feel like chatting right now to the camera, to my YouTube community specifically. And so I was able to acknowledge that and then listen to that. And I, of course, am very grateful and acknowledge that I am in a position where I don't work a 9 to 5. I'm not tied to these rigid schedules usually. So I am able to kind of listen when creativity calls and follow that spark, but really being more in tune with what I want to do in a moment and what will make me feel good, and being able to pursue when I do feel creative is really awesome as well. I also think that it is important to acknowledge that yes, creativity strikes at different times, and it's really nice to follow it when it does strike, but we can create routines to train our brain to be more creative under certain circumstances. So I do have videos on my channel where I talk about getting into a flow state, specifically actually in studying, and those are my like law school videos where I talk about how to concentrate more and train your brain to really turn on the concentration when you are in certain environments, because you only study in certain environments, for example. So I do think that in a sense we can do that for creativity. For example, I never even thought about this before right now, but one way I do this is before my YouTube videos, I will always like have to set up the background. Like the background does not look like this usually. So it's kind of a routine for me to set up the background, go into the washroom, I do my makeup, I put on my outfit, I like set up the lights. I'm not in a place yet where I have like a full setup that's already there for me at all times. That will be amazing, and it's coming soon. That would be great because it would save me a lot of time, but that's just not where I am right now. But that whole little song and dance of setting everything up, setting the mic up, making sure everything's connected, it kind of signals to my brain that now it's time to sit down, and now it's time to turn on the camera and bring out this like more positive energy and be happy and talk and get into a space where I can just chat, like I'm just chatting and I have some notes here, but just going off and being more creative. So doing things, habitually doing things in more of a routine before and after you start that creative space really does help. It also helps probably that I film here all the time. It's not like I'm changing locations all the time. So I know in my brain, this is the time to be creative. And now I'm talking out loud. I should probably do that when I'm researching video ideas and thinking about creative ideas. Typically I do actually when I'm thinking about new YouTube video ideas or different ideas for my businesses or creativity at all. I usually will just go for a walk. I live really close to the lake. I'm so grateful for that. So I'll walk by the lake and not listen to anything, just think about things, and then ideas usually come. So I guess that's like a little ritual that I have, and you guys probably have that too. Like if you're watching this video and you're very interested in creativity, think about where you are the most creative, and if you can make those times, like let's say you're always getting amazing ideas in the shower, why is it in the shower? Is it because you're not doing anything except thinking? Can you do that in other places, or should you dedicate your shower time specifically 4 times that you think about creative ideas, and not just creative ideas on how you can respond to people in fights or like random imagination things, but creative ideas on your YouTube channel or creative ideas on your business or whatever it is you're trying to work on. That's it. That is my little spiel of the day. Creativity comes and goes. I'm so interested to hear how creativity impacts you guys in your life. I actually was inspired to make a video about this because of a podcast that I listened to on creativity, and she referenced a book called The Creative Act by Rick Rubin, I think. I'm not sure. I have not read it yet. I actually did download the audiobook and I listened to like 20 minutes of it, but not enough where I can like recommend you guys to read it, but apparently it is good. So if you are looking for a book and you're thinking about creativity, what does that even mean? You know, all of that things, you could check that book out. Anyways, thanks for making it this far. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Don't just subscribe, like get notified for when I post videos. Stay tuned for my next videos. I always have consistent videos coming up. We are growing this community. By the way, if you love this community and you are a small YouTuber, join my WhatsApp YouTube community. We follow each other, subscribe, and support each other on there. The link is in the description. Send me a message and I will let you in. You are amazing. Have a beautiful day. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. And check out this video if you haven't already. If you liked this video, you're gonna love that one. Talk to you guys very soon and see you in that vid. Bye.